Street Fighter 2010 The Final Fight. It was made by Capcom a little bit before Street Fighter 2. It had nothing to do with Street Fighter, but I like the game just the same. You play as a scientist named Ken to the American version, which was nothing more than a ploy to connect it to Street Fighter. The real name of your character is Kevin Stryker in the Japanese version. Kevin and his friend Troy invented a cytoplasm in which he was killed and the cytoplasm runs rampant. Your target enemy is what gets you to the next level. It could be just one, or it could be many. So keep an eye out for that particular enemy as you start. If this is your first time playing, you need to take the time to get used to your surroundings. You're going to find yourself latching onto a bunch of things, and there's different ways of doing different maneuvers. If you attack just normally, you'll fire straight across from yourself. If you hold left or right while attacking, you'll punch and kick. If you press down, you'll kick then punch. And if you jump in the air then press back, you'll do a backflip, which you'll have an option to fire straight down. Keep these things in mind, they help you in the game. And right there's my target enemy. It seems there's only one, but it has a lot of support. Gotcha! Once you kill the target enemy, you have to find the portal. I cut out in-betweens so we can go straight to the chase. Here's the second target. He's actually pretty easy to fight if you take a look at how he throws his bolo. Yeah. There we go. Come on. See how the flip is giving me a hand, giving that extra hit? And it's considered a powerful hit when you jump attack. He's easy to take down if you have timing, and I'm done. This is an example of the in-betweens areas. Sometimes it's just a simple pass along, sometimes you gotta fight some enemies. And here's the third target, and the stages are about to change. This is the first one that forces you to the right, so that means if you get stuck somewhere, you're probably going to get crushed and die. It's platforming, so you have falling hazards as well. And you'll notice that if you get hit, you'll start to lose power up. So keep that in mind as you're going through, or you're going to find yourself in a bad position. It's only the third stage though, so they're not going to give you something too hard to deal with. It'll be challenging for the new player, but as you progress and with Infinity continues, you're going to learn how to get around everything and eventually not take damage or lose any lives. The third stage boss boasts difficulty, but there's an easy way of doing it. If you know where he's going to land, you just get below him and pelt him with as much power as you can, and then just jump out of the way. If you could do it with enough time, he dies before he throws the second box. But if he gets his box down, remember, even if he's dead, his box still gets thrown. I'm a big sucker and I never ever dodge it. Contrary to how the music sounds for this stage, this boss isn't really hard. Just stand where I'm standing right here, and you only have to move a couple of times just to avoid his electric blasts. Other than that, he jumps to the stage above you and you just pelt him with your fireballs from below. It's actually quite simple, and he's quick to get rid of. There we go. And then you just gotta make your way for the portal, which is up the top left corner. I love backflipping into those. You get a cutscene between every planet and you talk to the Illuminati, hiding in the shadows. But it basically helps enhance the story. Hey, we know these things. And now that we're on a new planet, there's going to be new hazards, like these infinity coming back plant things. So you just kind of have to fight around and get your flying creatures down. And just kind of hang up at the top right corner, because that's where the portal's going to be. And here's another one of those in the middle things. Comes with some power-ups. This boss used to give me and my family a lot of trouble, mostly because its stage hazard is pushing you up the whole time. And that's what you gotta do. You gotta keep climbing up, of course. If you are at the bottom of the screen when there's no ground, you fall to your death. But there is hazards on these vine plant part things, and these flying things too. You gotta learn how to strategize and get around them in different ways. I mean, everybody is unique on how they're going to figure it out, but it's mostly just dodging. The boss isn't really that hard when you think about it. You just got to be quick to hit it. No matter what, it's going to start flying around and hit you a couple of times, so you got to be on your guard. Once you get it down, it's actually pretty easy. And there we go. And there's the portal. This stage is a little bit different. All the platforms tend to go off on you. So the best thing you can do is just keep moving. But you want to stay down the middle section because the portal is going to be coming up on the top of it. This boss is easy with full power up. All you have to do is aim up. Other than that, it creates mucus walls, which you will use to get it up to its level and kill it that way. Either way, it's actually a quick match if you know what you're doing. Is it just me, or Kevin looks like he's trying to take a dump and that guy's just like eyeballing him? I'm watching you poop. Well, this is a familiar enemy. We've beaten one of these before. Shouldn't be too hard, right? Well, with the change of planet, we once again have new hazards. The ground's always moving. There is sandfish popping out. But on the bright side, there's a flip shield for you to pick up to enhance your flip power. Gotcha. Oh look, 2 more. I guess instead of 1, we have to fight 3. Either way, it's not really all that hard if you got the timing down for 1. The stage itself is pretty short. It's the boss that you need to learn how to kill. And it's actually not that hard. All you need to do is just climb up on the wall to the left, climb up when he's not there, and just manipulate him to appear where you want him to be. Oh, whoa. No problem. No problem. And you don't even need full power up. The level gives you enough power up to be able to take him on. This is just in case you get confused on what to do here. There's not much for me to say. You just gotta jump attack his head when he turns himself into that thing. And he shoots penises at you that bite you. This stage is a bitch. It's always going down, it's hard to maneuver, and you gotta fight these things. It's best to find solid ground and take them out as quickly as you can, and do your best to dodge them. I'm not even going to edit this one out. Basically, this is the entire fight and how quick and easy it can be. Even if you're not at full power up, he's actually simpler to beat than you think. It's all about controlling how you jump. You gotta time yourself right too. You just jump right before, get up to him and just shoot, jump up when he fires his projectile, and just walk behind him and try to land before he gets out of his little tornado. See, that wasn't so hard now, was it? We fought this in one of the portal stages, but now we're going to actually fight it as a stage. Planet 4 is water-based, so most of your fighting has to do with underwater combat. Was it due to your attacks and style? Absolutely nothing. It's just like not being in the water. It's just graphics. That's about it. And the portal you're looking for is on the upper left corner. Of all platforming games I've played, I think this one was the most unique. This one forces you to the left and even forces you to the right. One wrong move and you're going to get crushed in one of three directions: above, to the left, or to the right. But the boss itself isn't really all that hard. The big strategy of this final boss of this planet is actually pretty simple. You can shoot it from the bottom area, the easiest, but you also want to watch out for that big ass worm that comes out from the bottom. And try not to fall down the holes either, because then you'll have to start the boss all over again. You can do that, and you're out of here in a hurry. I'm not even going to show you this whole thing. You already know the enemy. Basically, stay on the right side because it's going to pop up there, and you can almost not make it if you're on the left. Question mark for a target? Well, in this case, it means that there is no target at all. All you have to do is make it to the end. And let me tell you, out of all the stages, this is the one that frustrated me the most. Even though it's just mostly platforming, the amount of things you have to account for makes this to be a very tough area to go through, because you also want to keep as much strength as you can for the next stage. I didn't really do any editing for this too, except for the final boss. I took out the cutscene for the most part. This is what the final area is. It's a boss marathon. You only have 200 seconds to get to the other end. You have to do it all at once. If you die, you start this boss extravaganza all over again. So basically we're going to do a quick run through of what you got to do. Now, there's a lot of power-ups in this area, so long as you have 3 power-up, you'll be able to beat the final boss the easy way. But if not, there's a way of doing it. Okay, we're approaching the second one, and this one is the second stage boss. Really not all that hard. He just has a smaller arena, so to speak. You just got to keep your timing and strategy. It still applies. And to get to the next area, you're going to have these little jellyfish things get up to the top, but they won't take you all the way up. You got to latch onto the wall. And you go straight to the third boss, which is that teleporting thing. Oh wait, 2 of them. But the strategy's the same. You can get on a wall, just kind of hang there and manipulate them to sit in one area. Just keep this up, and you'll actually eliminate them pretty quickly. Up, down, oop, too low. Alright, there we go. You just keep this up. It actually is a big time saver. Okay, I guess we can... Oh! I thought they both went. It's a big time saver altogether. And now you're ready for the final boss. Kevin discovers that his enemy is actually Troy, his best friend. He faked his death to steal the Cyboplasm and use it to try to take over the universe. Initially, his first form isn't all that hard. You get behind him and he isn't actually that hard to get rid of, even if you don't get behind him. His second form is even easier than that. All you have to do is that if you got max power up, or at least level 3 power up, you can just kill him off the wall. If you didn't get all that much power-ups, you can actually use his hands to jump up and attack him. And it's about easy, no matter what. Once you blow him up, you've beat the game. The ending isn't too amazing, but it's actually not too bad either. Kevin's being called back to Earth because of the cytoplasm infestation. It's become epidemic and it's spreading at an alarming rate. And, he's staring at his dead best friend or something. Also, that is some pretty good graphics for a Nintendo. And he's just like, I'm on my way. And that's the end. All it pretty much does from here is you get this little cool thing and the end. And there's Earth. Hi, Earth. Personally, I enjoy this game. Street Fighter 2010 may not have done anything to do with the actual Street Fighter series, and Ken might actually be Kevin Stryker. But the fact is that this game stuck in my head. I hummed its themes, and we even made one for the hell of it. And in the end, I felt pretty accomplished when I beat this game. I believe that it should go onto the shelf of any Nintendo collector. And if you're looking for a high-impact challenge that will just ram your ass to the ground, this is the game.